What's up guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we have some pretty interesting developments about a character in Avengers Endgame. A character that was actually cut from the original theatrical cut of Endgame and that we just recently got a glimpse of. Despite reports that this character would in fact be a prominent figure in Endgame, and in reality she really is, despite not the older version of the character ever appearing on screen. I'm of course talking about Catherine Langford, who depicted an older version of Morgan Stark in the Soul World. If you guys need a little context, Tony Stark, after he snapped his fingers, was visited by a much older version of his daughter Morgan in the Soul World, similarly to the character of Thanos when he was visited by a much younger Gamora after he snapped his fingers after getting all the stones to the gauntlet. According to a report though, Kevin Feige actually signed Catherine Langford on for several films past Avengers Endgame, meaning that Kevin Feige actually has plans for Morgan Stark in future installments of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There have been a ton of reports recently that Marvel is interested in exploring Ironheart, sort of a female version of Iron Man, as Ironheart will take over the mantle of Iron Man after his death in Endgame. And although it's not impossible that Morgan Stark one day could don an Iron Man armor of her own, it would be likely for her to appear in this series, and potentially could even set up her appearance in a Young Avengers movie. Still though, even at the time of Avengers Endgame, that's several years in the future, as when Endgame ended, Morgan Stark was still a child. But this doesn't of course mean that if there's not another significant time jump in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that Catherine Langford could appear in the future as Morgan Stark. Although again, in the timeline, it wouldn't make sense for her to be that age as of Endgame. But again, according to various reports, Catherine Langford has officially signed a deal with Marvel for several movies, meaning that the character of Morgan Stark, despite being cut from Avengers Endgame, is likely to appear in one of these future installments. But what are your guys' thoughts on this, and the fact that Morgan Stark will likely appear down the line in some type of Avengers or maybe even a smaller scale Marvel movie? Do you guys like this idea of the legacy of Tony Stark returning or not? Again guys, be sure to check out the link in the description for some awesome Avengers merch and more. Hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.